Okay, lots of times students want to know how to practice scales, and there's more than one good answer for that. And it depends on what you're working on with your scales. Sometimes you're working on just getting good technique and good mechanics, and that's one answer that I'd give about that, which would say, well, practice your scales starting slowly and playing slowly most of the time, and then every now and then push yourself, you know. So for example, if you're playing an A major scale in a certain fingering, you're working on how your fingers land and how your right hand, whether you're playing with a pick or with your fingers, how your hands are interacting. That's one purpose. So you're building speed, you're building a nice sound and all that. For improvisation, a different answer. You still want to work on the technical part, you know, work on good sound and everything, work on good finger mechanics, but also you want to condition your mind and your ear so that you can find different notes in that scale as they relate to the root of the chord or the root of or the tonic of the scale. So I want to know what each one of the notes in that scale, I want to know what the 9 sounds like, I want to know what the 3rd sounds like, I want to know what the 6. So I'm going to, when I play my scale, I'm not just going to rely on one fingering, because I want to be able to get all those different sounds no matter where I am. I might play 3 notes per string sometimes. Now, when I say sometimes, I mean once you're familiar with some kind of basic fingerings, like at least 3 fingerings, preferably 5 of a scale that are good and solid, and you can easily get to all those notes, then you can practice those different fingerings. 3 notes per string, even 4 notes per string, or even 2 notes per string. Sometimes even 1 note per string, because you never know where you're going to be when you hear somebody, maybe the bass player, the piano player, or the horn player, or the vocalist hit some really cool thing that you want to get to. So you got to be able to be flexible. So a long time ago, I started practicing this F major scale all the way up the neck, 4 notes, and I wanted to make sure I used each finger. And I like that practice because it gives me all kinds of sounds I can get. One is articulating every note. Another is I can get to different hammer-on, slide things, pull-offs, and so I can get all these articulations that if I hear them in my mind, I can get to them. Also, I can break that up into different intervals. So like I'm going up a 5th and down a 3rd. I like this exercise because a little sloppy in a couple spots there, but the idea is I'm practicing the scale different ways so I can get to all those sounds, and I get used to what those sounds correspond to in terms of even pictures that I'm going to see on the neck. And so how do you practice scales? Well, you got to try a few different ways.